Hey guys, you know what time it is. It's time for the joys of music history. And today, we're talking about a composer who is not a classical composer. In fact, he's actually a pretty new composer. And his name is Brian Balmages. And if you're a band kid or band director, you probably know who Brian Balmages is. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I usually talk a lot about composers, like Vaughan Williams or Stamets, like I did last week. But those guys are all dead. And music history, it's not just talking about a bunch of old dead guys in wigs. It's a lot about knowing where music's been so we can know where music's going. That's a lot of what music history is. Again, it's so much more than just looking at old dead guys all the time. Which is why today I want to talk to you about a composer who's still alive. And his name is Brian Balmages. Brian Balmages was born on January 24th, 1975 in Baltimore, Maryland. He grew up in a musical family, and his father was a band director. So yeah, that had a very profound impact on Mr. Balmages here. And when Brian was in 5th grade, he started playing trumpet, and his father made him practice trumpet every day because, again, band director dad. And yeah, eventually that became a big part of his life. And funny enough, he met his future wife while in middle school band in his father's class, which, that must be a story that dad likes to tell at the wedding. And I think Mr. and Mrs. Balmages, I think they're still married to this day. And it was also while in middle school, Brian developed his most cherished beliefs. And his most cherished belief is that there is so much you can do with music, which is why he wanted to do different things with music. And it was in 1993 that Brian Balmages went to James Madison University in Virginia, and he majored in electronic music production because that's what he thought he wanted to do. And he also minored in music performance, still in trumpet. And while in college, he met Mr. Robert W. Smith, which Robert W. Smith, he composed The Great Locomotive Chase, which is an amazing piece. I love that song. I love you, Robert Smith. Although, unfortunately, Robert Smith died a couple years ago. Very sad. And it was Robert W. Smith who inspired Brian Balmages to compose because, thank you, Robert W. Smith. You were such a good guy. And I promise I will make an episode about you one day. Just not yet. And in 1998, Balmages received his graduate degree from James Madison University. And he thought he wanted to be a film score composer. And he actually applied to Warner Brothers, but didn't get the job. He was then hired by their rival company, Disney. Yep, he worked for the big mouse. And while in Disney, he performed with the Miami Orchestra. And after that, he decided to go to the University of Miami. And him being Mr. Balmages being a composer, he likely got a job with the Disney's Imagination Campus, which, band directors listening, I highly, highly encourage you to take your kids to Disney's Imagination Campus. It is amazing. It is a really fun experience, and your kids are going to love it. And if they don't, well, screw them. You're going to love it, okay? And it's just a good opportunity for them, okay? So just please take them there. All right. Now, Brian had written music for school band before, but after getting his master's degree, that's what he decided he wanted to do full time. And he also, speaking of degrees, he firmly believes that you don't need a degree to compose. And it was in about 2010, circa, that he decided he wanted to do that full time. He wants to compose band music full time. And it was Rippling Watercolors, which we'll listen to in a minute, released in 2015, that turned Brian Balmages into a big name in the School of Music and on J.W. Pepper. And after 2015, he composed hit after hit after hit. And I have played many, many of his songs. And this is his first hit right here, Rippling Watercolors, a beautiful piece right here. Hold on. It should come up here in a minute. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's not coming up. Ah, here we go. Now it's up. Mm-hmm. That was beautiful, wasn't it? That was Rippling Watercolors performed by the Broken Arrow High School Wind Ensemble. And I love that piece. It is just so beautiful. And I actually performed that piece about 3.5 years ago when I performed here, where this episode is recorded at Lenore Ryan University. I performed that piece right there in March of 2022 at Lenore Ryan University, where I am recording this right now, and I played that while I was in high school, and I just loved it. It's a beautiful piece. And yes, that was the whole piece right there. And his next one up on the list is called Boom and Bust. It's about the boom and bust nature of the economy. I'm sure we can all relate to that. was Boom and Bust by Brian Balmages, another piece that I had so much fun playing in high school. Oh, that was another fun piece. And this next one is one that I didn't play in high school. It is called Jungle Dance, one of his earlier pieces that was written back in, let's see. When was it written? Let's find out when this was written. Jungle Dance by Brian Balmages. Hold on. Wait, I actually don't know when this was written. You know, I better find out. Oh, sorry. Jungle Dance by... Okay, hold on. It was released in... Okay, yeah, I don't know when it was published. It doesn't matter. Let's just listen to it. This is Jungle Dance by Brian Balmages. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Another really pretty cool piece. Although, I didn't actually play that. I've never played that before, actually. Sorry. But it was pretty cool. I wouldn't have minded playing that. But this next one is that I played about a year ago, and this is another amazing piece. I love it. This is called Escape from the Deep, which is about these guys who are trapped in a submarine and have to escape. Oh, that's a no, that's a great one. It's beautiful. Yeah, can you see why that one is one of my faves? Yeah, it's one of my favorites. And again, that is another one that I did perform right here at Lenoir University. And in fact, I've performed all these pieces at Lenoir University except for Boom and Bust. I performed Boom and Bust at my old high school. And Jungle Dance, I have never played Jungle Dance before. And Moscow 1941, I did not perform that at Lenoir University either. But all the other ones, like Rippling Watercolors, Escape from the Deep, Sparks, Kiev, I've performed all these. And speaking of which, this is Sparks by Brian Balmages, another piece I performed here at Lenoir University. I performed this piece in March of 2023 at Lenoir University, and Sparks is another. It's got a hard rhythm to it, but it is pretty cool. was pretty cool, huh? Pretty. Although that one wasn't my favorite. I mean, I liked performing it, it just wasn't my favorite. Up next, we have Moscow 1941, which is a period piece that Mr. Balmages wrote about the German invasion of Russia in 1941. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? And who says history can't be fun? Seriously, you can make history fun if you're just like, passionate about what you teach. If you're a history teacher and you're really passionate about what you teach and you're an engaging speaker, you can make history fun. And this is Kiev 2022, written in the year 2022. And this is a direct sequel to Moscow, the piece that we were just listening to. And that was Kiev 2022 by Brian Balmages. And Brian Balmages, he is still alive and he lives in Florida with his wife and son. And the reason why I want to talk about him is because this guy, he's wrote so many great pieces for high school band. And I really do feel that he gets students excited about making music. Like, because if high school band kids, if they know how this piece is going to sound, then they'll wanna play it. If they know it can sound epic or beautiful, they will want to play it. And he can get students excited for making music. And that right there is a good first step to make future composers. And that is why I think Brian Balmages is so important for the new generation of music. Brian Balmages is the inspiration of a new generation. Thank you.